Hi everyone, Adrienne Everheart here with you. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that pull a man back to you. This is for everyone out there that you might be going through a breakup, or you have been broken up for a good little bit, or even if you're married and your husband's just pulling back, not coming towards you as much. I'm going to give you some tips here. Even if he's talking about divorce, or your boyfriend has said, let's see other people. This is going to work for breakups, whatever's going on in your life, for anyone. And as you all know, I have a really top-selling program called, the ABCs to Get Him Back. And in the ABCs to Get Him Back, I talk about how, I have a proven program. I talk about certain steps and things that you want to do to reattract a man, and they absolutely work. And so often the woman will actually attract the man and have him back in her life, and she realizes she doesn't want him anymore, or she gets him back and she says, oh my goodness, I have so much rebuilding to do with this man. How do I rebuild? And the ABCs teaches you how to rebuild, but before you can rebuild with that man, we have to get you ready for a relationship. And not only do we have to get you ready for a relationship, but we actually have to clear up the damage and the trauma of what's been done because of the breakup. And for women, any of you who have had a man walk out on you repeatedly, or just treat you like you're disposable, or just, walk away, break up with you for months at a time, it is very traumatic. And that trauma will build, and this one part of you will get so desperate and scared to have that person back into your life that you begin to function on that plane with the man. And then it's impossible to really build that relationship that you want, instead of, having something that's healthy, long-lasting, okay? So I can't see chat for some reason, and I love to chat with you all. Let me just have one quick second here to see if I can find my chat, or let me look on my computer. That'll be even easier. I love to take questions from you in chat and really touch base with you and see how, these methods are helping you and what you're doing with them in your life. Let me see if I can go to chat over here. Okay. Sorry guys, there's always a little bit of technical difficulty with this. Perhaps I do not have chat enabled on this one. Darn it. That's too bad. If someone can just maybe write in the comment section if I have chat enabled or not. But let's get right to it. I want to teach you how to pull your man back to you and really get him back into your life and get this feeling good and wonderful for you once again. Now, as you know, I am a feminine energy dating and relationship coach. So I teach you how to align with feminine energy. I give you really practical tools on how to do this. And feminine energy is something that is within you naturally. It doesn't mean be a doormat. It doesn't mean you have to be a victim or manipulative in any way to a man. It doesn't mean the man is always right. It doesn't mean that you have to honor and praise him. It doesn't mean any of those things. What it means is you're getting back to this place of being in your body and feeling what's going on in your body, even if it's bad, even if it's something negative, you're able to feel it. And not run from your feelings, not run from what's going on in your body, because ultimately it is your body and it is your heart that a man falls in love with. I can't stress this enough. So I'm just going to check in here and see. I have some viewers, so everything must be going okay in the comment section. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is when you're, if you want to get back together with your man, and you've had a breakup, or if you want to rebuild connection with your husband, this video is not for negative Nellies. It is not for people who say, move on, next, pass, an X is an X for a reason. This video is not for you. This video is for people who do not want to lie awake at night going, what if? What if I would have tried this, or I would have done something different? Now, that doesn't mean take out your phone, text him immediately, pour your heart out to him, tell him all the reasons why you love him and want to be with him. It doesn't mean that. It just means we've got to get you back to an energy place that when he reconnects with you, he's going to know that you're different. He's going to know that something about you has changed and it's really wonderful and he likes it. And he's going to be drawn back to you. So it's not for negative Nellies. It's for people who do not want to say what if. It's for people who want to use some proven techniques that I have used, that I have developed with lots of women. And it's in my program called the ABCs to get him or get him back. So the first one I'm going to share with you is accept his no. This is really important because we live in a place of denial where how could he be so crazy about me and love me and all over me and just walk out of my life? What's wrong with him? What did I do? All these thoughts go through your mind and you're either blaming the man or you're blaming yourself. And a place I want you to get your energy is just accept the guy's no. He had to walk away. Something was wrong with the picture in his opinion. It's his psychology. Accept his no. So what does accepting his no do to you? Number one, it changes your vibe. So instead of him feeling like, he can feel your energy, even though the two of you are apart. And especially husbands and wives, you're still living in the same house, or even if you're separated and you're seeing each other once in a while, just think for a moment how this is going to change your energy by, I accept your no. I accept your no. I'm not going to argue with you over this anymore. I've accepted your no. Put that into your energy. You don't even necessarily have to say it to him, but just put it into your energy that this man, you trust that this man knows what is best for him. Even if you don't think it's the smartest decision or the best decision for his life, accept his no. It will immediately change your energy around him. So instead of moving in and leaning in to him, he's going to feel that separateness. And you're going to start to feel better, which is going to make you more attractive. It's going to help you in the getting back together phase, okay? Number two, I want you to get a life. I want you to get a life and keep it. I want you to think about the things, the goals and plans you had before that relationship started. What were you doing? Who were you hanging out with? What were your plans for your life? Get a life and think about what was I doing prior to this breakup, because now suddenly you have a ton of time on your hands. And you're either going to do a lot of unhealthy behaviors, such as talking about him endlessly to your friends, your mom, your therapist, anybody who will listen, yourself, keeping yourself up late at night trying to figure out how to fix this. And that's just getting you further and further away from that warm, beautiful, attractive energy. The truth is, you can stay in limbo as long as you want to. You can cry every night of the week. You can drive past his house. You can stalk him on Facebook or other social media. None of it is going to be attractive to that man or any man. So the sooner you can just find your way out of it by not indulging in unhealthy behaviors, the more quickly you are going to feel better and get your life back on track. This is going to be very, very attractive to the man and all men. Because if it ain't that man, it's going to be another man. And we're getting to that, okay? So I don't want you driving past his house. I don't want you talking about him nonstop to your girlfriends and just ruminating. I don't want you keeping yourself up late at night. Now, a lot of this is really easier said than done, but it's habit forming. You can build upon this. We talk about that 1% of improvement. Just 1% every day. I'm going to get a little better with this. When you find yourself thinking about him, I want you to just tap your heart and send him love. Tap your heart and send him love. Instead of why did he do this and why did he say that and why did he contact someone and all these other things that we can do in our head. Don't do that to yourself. Get a life. Do something new. Think about what you were doing before the relationship started. People that you haven't spoke to, girlfriends that you've just dropped off connections with, trips you wanted to take, a book you wanted to write, a blog, a dance class, an art class. What did you want to do with your life before you met this man? And if you have children, don't let your children become your escape into coping with being apart from this man. That's not your identity either. And neither is work. Neither is a job. Unless it's your, maybe your own career. But even then, you can go too much. So I hope I'm helping you here with the Get a Life one. The third one, this one is super important. I want you to stick around and hear all of this, because I'm going to end with something that's going to be a real game changer for any of you who are feeling that separation from a man that you love very, very much, but for just whatever reason, again, something's wrong with his view of the relationship. He cannot be with you right now. He can't be committed in where you want him to be. I want you to, now that you have accepted his no, I want you to see yourself as a single woman, as starting all over again. I just want you to embody that. Now, this doesn't mean that relationship with that man is over. It doesn't mean that you're not going to fix things with him or somehow figure it out. Just try to be in that energy of, now I get a second chance. Now I get to figure out what it is I really want in a partner. Oh, but he had all these great qualities, and he could make love to me, and he was so sweet, and he would sing me my favorite song, and all these wonderful things. Great. Hold on to those. Write them all down. Write down every beautiful thing he did. But when you do, write it down in the form of, I want a man or I want a husband who, and then fill in the blank. Instead of saying, oh, John was always like this, and he was always calling, and he was always so wonderful, and he let me meet his grandma that day. Instead of that, I feel so good having a man in my life that introduces me to his family. Family is so important for him. It feels so good to have a man who is so generous, that will take me and my kids out to dinner on a Friday night. It feels so wonderful. I want you to capture those in the form of just a husband or a man. This is part of my program, New Man Manifesto, where I actually get you to build your man. You build him, because once you speak it, you put it into existence. It also is going to change your perception, not truth. Well, a little bit of truth and perception, but your perception of what it is you want. What you're telling the universe right now is that of a man who has walked out the door on you, either physically or otherwise. So you're now telling the universe, this is what I want. I want the man who's left me. And the universe says, no problem. We can keep giving you guys that'll leave you, right? Maybe it's not that cut and dry, but you get what I'm saying. So instead, I want you to focus on what does or did work in that relationship. You can even think about other boyfriends, what worked with them, what felt so wonderful about those guys. Write it down. Write it down. Make it something that you review every day and you practice. Pour your energy into that. So that is part of choosing your partner wisely. Because when that man comes back to you, I don't want the focus to be on how can I cater around him and make all this dysfunction work in our relationship. No. I know what I want in a partner. It's going to be in your energy. It's going to be in your vibe and in your essence. This is all part of being a high value, high quality woman that attracts the same thing. So we got to get you there. The next one is, kind of goes into the other one. He's got to be the captain of the ship. Choose your captain wisely. There's only one president. Choose your president wisely. There's only one captain. Make sure you're boarding a boat where you're okay with the way that captain does business. This is where I want you to choose your partner wisely. The second part of that one is, are you ready for a relationship? Not like, oh, I'm so ready. It's been 5 years and I haven't had anybody, but am I really in a place where I'm ready? Can I handle triggers? If a guy sends me a nude photo, do I know how to deal with that? If a guy tries to trigger me and gets me involved in an argument, do I know how to do this? How can you handle even the men that are showing up in your dating life right now without getting mad, closing the door and going next? You can't do that once you're married. You can't do that when you're in a relationship, not even energetically. Because if you can energetically abandon your partner at any whim, it's going to bleed through. He's going to feel it. So you have to learn how to just know your boundaries, know what's important to you, and know how to speak things in a way that isn't accusing the person of what they're doing wrong, but wow, this is how I feel. Or more importantly, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a really powerful one. Just to say, I don't know how I feel. Now, the slow burn is very important when you're getting back together because he'll start to take little baby steps. So often women in my group, I Heart Love Academy, will say, okay, Adrienne, I did the Hail Mary and my guy's gonna come over this weekend and I'm gonna have a good long talk with him about what I need in a relationship and is he gonna be there for me this time? And I'm like, oh my God, please stop. Hit the reset button. You're dating all over again. You got to start over again. There is no instant relationship. You want a guy to run out the door just as fast as he ran out before? Try to have an instant relationship after you've been through a breakup or your husband's pulled away. You got to start dating him again. Okay? You got to start being around him as you did in the beginning, which is curious. I'm not pushing any pressure on you, or the tools you've learned with me through Fem Tools Dating. Slow burn. Slow. You're not going to fall in bed with him the first night. You're also not going to make him work for it. It's not about making him work for it or earn it. It's about what are you feeling in your body? What are you really ready for? You know, you got to take your time. He's going to want to see you every night of the week. Don't let him. Don't let him. Pace yourself. Slow burn. Slow burn. How fast do things go up when you cover them in gasoline? Quick, poof, big flame. Slow burn, you're making a lasting impression. Now here's the last thing I want to share with you, is that so much of this is about allowing destiny, allowing destiny, the God, the universe, to have its, influence in your life and being ready. So much of life is about being prepared and just good old-fashioned luck happening. However, when you open yourself up to that and you are in this energy space and you are aligned and you're feeling healthy and you're feeling good and you're feeling capable and you are shining like the diamond girl you are, I do believe you open up a lot more possibilities for things to come your way. But who you end up with ultimately is about you, that person, and God, or whatever higher power, even nature, whatever it is. It has to align, and allow that to align. Don't force it. Don't force anything. You may end up with results when you force things, but you're going to have that problem come back up. You've heard of the pumpkin? Or the carriage turning into a pumpkin after midnight. So even when you force back a relationship, you get remarried, you get back together, whatever, that stuff is still going to be there. So I would like for you to work through the stuff while you're in that dating phase after you've hit the reset button to reconnect. Now, clearly, I have a lot to share about this stuff. I can go on and on telling you nuances and techniques and things you want to do with your feminine energy. And if you really want to learn more, I have a program called the ABCs to Get Him. It does focus a good deal on dating, but there's also a lot of great things in there that are going to help even a married couple. Because remember, I want you to date your husband. I want you to learn how to date him instead of, boom, we're back together, boom, why aren't you doing everything right again? Coming from that place, because that's what we do. We can be on and off like a light switch. Women recover from things like this a little faster than men, and men move a little bit more slowly with that emotional gauge, their ability to monitor and gauge their emotions. Men go into action, which is why they punch somebody in the face, why they walk out the door, which is why they go into action when they feel emotion. Women, we're just like, okay, we're back together. Everything should just be normal. We can process it a lot more quickly, and men cannot. So that's why I want you to do that slow burn too, ladies. But check out my program, ABCs to Get Him Back. Also, New Man Manifesto. That is definitely a deep dive into feminine energy, manifesting tools. If you are brand new to dating and you're really starting over, or you just want to know about feminine energy dating, I have Fem Tools. And Fem Tools for relationships as well. And of course, as always, my best-selling ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. I feel like everybody should have that book and keep it on your phone and use it whenever you need it. And the first part of that book is dedicated to getting into your body and feeling your feminine energy. All right, everybody, I hope this has been super helpful for you all. I wish I could have chatted with you, but I'm sending you much love today and always, and I will absolutely do another live stream again soon. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. And give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Bye-bye.